All right, y'all. So I don't know if you've been following the Girl La La situation. Very sad story that just took place. His dad said that he didn't want to see his son in a wig in his casket. And a lot of people got upset with that statement. And I want to have a conversation about what he said. I want to play this news report first, just to provide some context for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. So let's play this and then we'll get into the rest of the conversation.
Now it's the very latest on the murder of a transgender woman who is a social media influencer.
We're now hearing the 911 calls after she was shot and killed inside a car. Local 10's Jolina Esperto was outside the Broward jail in Fort Lauderdale with the calls and new video.
The 911 calls and surveillance video we got our hands on are truly chilling, and this whole situation is just devastating. A TikTok star and a transgender influencer was violently killed, and Broward deputies arrested her very own boyfriend for it.
Hello, I need help, please, I need help.
You can hear the fear and pain in her voice. TikTok star Girlalala's final moments.
Stay on the phone with me, okay?
Yes, hello.
This is not.
Hello.
This is not.
Get here, hurry up and get here. Who's calling me? Hurry up and get here.
Stay on the line with me. I need you to stay on the line with me, okay?
She and her boyfriend called 911 after she was shot.
Yes, I don't know the address, bro. Just check, please.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
And these are the moments immediately after the transgender TikTok influencer was killed Friday night. Deputies say at the hands of her boyfriend, 25-year-old Shanoid White Jr. Video from a Tesla captures who appears to be White getting out of the driver's side of a beige sedan along the 3300 block of Northwest 37th Street. The passenger door opens where we're told by relatives the victim, 21-year-old Maurice Harrison, known as Girlalala, tries to get out. White is seen grabbing her by the hair and putting her back inside before pacing with a cell phone.
I'm real Girlalala.
She was known for her wigs and social media presence with nearly 300,000 followers on TikTok and more than 40,000 on Instagram.
Why?
Behind the scenes, friends and relatives say Girlalala and White had a tumultuous relationship.
What we leaving for?
Broward Sheriff's Office investigators say they were together for several years. They had a verbal argument in the car Friday that turned physical. Then she was shot. A neighbor who didn't want to show his face on camera told us,
"My wife heard a gunshot around 6:50.
White, who played football at Bethune-Cookman during his freshman year, was arrested once before for domestic violence in November 22 with a different victim. The arrest form states he physically and maliciously battered the victim multiple times. Girlalala's family is too devastated to talk on camera, but they did tell us in a statement. As a family, we appreciate every prayer, kind thought, and gesture during our time of bereavement. Now we are just praying that justice is served to the fullest degree." And to make this situation even more heartbreaking, this is not the first time Girlalala's family has lost a loved one to gun violence. Just last August, her brother, Marion Harrison, was shot and killed. Now, as for White, he did face a judge over the weekend, and he was denied bond. He now sits behind bars here at the Broward County Jail. I'm reporting from Fort Lauderdale, Jolie.
So I don't even know how that escalates to that outcome. I guess that statement can be applied to a lot of situations and stories that we see in the news. But they're arguing in the car and it gets physical. And then he just pulls out, he pulls out a gun and then fires a shot. It seemed like it was one single shot. And then you see the camera footage of him walking around the car on the Tesla. Them Teslas is always recording, by the way. And you could see that he didn't try to flee. He didn't try to run away. He tried to help, but he realized, I think in the video, you can see that he realized that it was probably worst case scenario. And then he turned himself in. So that's the situation that went down. Girlalala's dad, he said he won't attend the funeral if his child is in a wig. Let's watch this video because a lot of people were upset that he said this.
It's off of my pain. Bro, please let. Can't even bury my son in peace. Y'all want to put the man in the wig. I ain't letting no preacher stand up. Ain't no ordained, anointed preacher gonna do that. Stand up with no man and preach in the wig. Stop it. Y'all doing this for the show. Y'all ain't worried about my son's soul. Please, I ask y'all to have Friday. I'm gonna get a word, girl la la. Whatever y'all want, girl la la la. I don't know him as that. I ain't taking that from his followers, from his crowd, none of that. Y'all can have that. Put him in the wig. The viewing is open for the public. Come see him. I ain't taking that opportunity from y'all. I don't want none of his followers, likes, none of that. The funeral Saturday. Put my son in the pot smoke, braids with a sharp tape, or afro for the last time. I ain't attending no funeral with my son that God gave to me as a boy in the wig. I ain't attending no funeral. I'm not attending no funeral like that. I ain't being held accountable. You can. Once I secure and make sure my son got a funeral paid for y'all, for the people who truly, genuine donated and supported, I thank y'all. Everybody that called, text, email, prayers, thank you. That genuinely loved my son and supported him and want to see him buried the right way. I'm going to make sure that everything is taken care of. And then I'm going to release his mom and his sister. They can do whatever they want. But I want to attend the funeral. I'm sorry. I can't. Forgive me, but I just can't. But I'm going to guarantee you he's going to have a funeral. I hope y'all enjoy the show. The Girl La 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 show. Enjoy it. I ain't taking nothing from none of his followers. Nothing. I don't want no money. Nothing. I'm going to give y'all a receipt. I don't want none of that. I buried my son last year. No GoFund. Family and friends only. Thank you. If you help me bury my son Boosie last year, thank you, man. For everybody that helped me, his family, my family, friends, supporters, thank you. Phone calls, again, thank you. Text messages, prayers, thank you. That I ain't get one person to offer besides the people that did. I don't want to look over you. One person said, "Oh, I do this for Boosie. I do this. Oh, let me help. Let me do this." But everybody want to attach their son, they self to Girl La La La. Everybody want to make profits off of my pain, bro. Please let me rest. Y'all can have the funeral. Let me rest, bro. Let me rest. I enjoy my peace. Let me rest.
So he lost 2 sons in 2 years. It sounds like he lost most recently. What's his real name? I keep saying Girl La La. I don't know his real name. I apologize. And then he lost his other son, Boozy. That's devastating. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have parents burying your babies. That's not how that should work. You know, he said something very interesting, and I want to openly tread lightly. Because this is a very tough situation. And I pray for him. I pray for his family. I pray for his children. I pray for his wife. This is a very tough situation. But he said something very interesting, because there's a portion of the family that wants to bury him. And I don't mean this in any disrespect, but I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. There's a portion of the family that wants to bury him in character as Girl La La La, right? And he's saying, in this video at least, that he doesn't want that to happen because God gave him a boy. And, you know, don't let the internet, don't let anybody make you feel bad for loving your children exactly how God created them. But that's exactly what the internet's doing. And he said, y'all ain't worried about my son's soul. This is why it's so important to recognize how short life actually is. I think it's somewhere in Proverbs, or no, it's in Ecclesiastes actually. And it says something along the lines of life is like the morning fog. It's here for a little while and then it's gone. That is literally our time here on this earth. It's very short. And sometimes it's cut short. This is why it's so important to prioritize our relationship with Jesus in the limited amount of time that we have here on this earth, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. He posted another video. I want to show it to you. He posted this video. It looks like he was at the mall buying some clothes for his son to wear in the casket. And this is what he said.
Gonna get the boy right. Wrong size, but we're gonna get him right. Got to get him right, because I want to see him go out in a Prince style like he deserves. He be talking, I hear y'all talking, oh, he using girl, la 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 la, slang. Yeah, that's my boy. I can do that. Proud of my boy. I can use that. I can say that. How about that? That's my son. That's my son. I can use it. I can say his slang. Yeah, I'm proud of my boy. I love the way he touched the world. I love that there. We're gonna keep that going. We're gonna keep that positive vibe going for all my boy fans, supporters, all those that he touched and reached out to. So yeah, Danny back out here being active. Yeah, I hear the little talks. Yeah, I can do that. That's my boy. I created that. I don't care what. I love my boy. He loved me. I don't care how the world try to paint me. I don't care about that. I know what's going on. The ones who really know what's going on, know what's going on. So my boy raised my boy. I raised him. I got that right to do that. But yeah. And if like, I'm gonna keep it real. Fellas, if y'all got like a son out there in that world and that he on that type of time and that's what he doing, hey, love him, support him. That's what he on, then love him. I love my boy. I supported my boy. My boy know that, so stop it. To all, if I don't care, to the community, and y'all know what I'm talking about. I have no problem with these people. I have no problem with y'all. No problem. My son, I got nieces and nephews on that type of time, and I love them the same. My son do what he do, that's him. So stop it. Stop the rumors. Stop all that there. Oh, he didn't want to go to his son's funeral. No, they ain't keep me informed. I'm here shopping, going back and doing stuff that they done undid. I got to go back and redo this stuff. I got to go back and book stuff. Churches and repair centers. Like, but that's another story. I'm still here to act the dad. Yeah. But I don't see you. What all the talkers at? Y'all ain't out here making no moves or doing nothing. But it's all good. Do what I got to do.
Get in the backseat, Chance. Get in the back.
I'll call you back.
So he said he loves the way that his son touched the world. And he said to all the men out there, if you ever have a son who's on that type of time in terms of trans and wants to identify as a female, he said, love him and support them. Like I said, it's very difficult. I can't even say that. I could imagine that it's extremely difficult to lose 2 sons in 2 years. I could imagine that's extremely difficult. I do just want to say that we were created for a purpose, and that purpose is to glorify God. That's why he created us. And we do have a responsibility to bring our children up knowing the truth, knowing God. And that is the most important thing that we can do. That is the most important relationship that we can offer to our children, is a relationship with Jesus Christ. Because in this world, there's a lot of lies that the world has to offer to you. And the world is extremely good at sales. They can spin and pitch and sell you these lies in so many different ways. And it's honestly truly enticing. It's very tempting to want to believe the lies that the world has to sell to you. But that's why you have to be anchored in truth. You have to know truth for yourself, because truth is a person. His name is Jesus Christ, God in the flesh. He walked this earth. He lived the life that we should have lived. And he died the death that we should have died. He lived the life that we should have lived, perfect, without sin, although he was tempted in all the same ways. And he died the death that we should have died. The Bible said the Bible says the penalty of sin is death. That's what we deserve, because we have all fallen short of the glory of God. But God took that upon himself. The one who knew no sin became sin for our sake, so that we could be saved. That's the truth. That's the truth. And when you know the truth, it changes you. It changes your perspective. And that's the most important thing that we can offer to our children, because that is the only thing that we can take with us. Because we will all face death at some point in time. None of us can outrun death. But when you know the one who defeated death, when you have your faith in him, then you too can partake in that victory. But it's important that we establish that while there's still time to get to know him. Because like I said, our time here on this earth is very short. So that's my opinion. Sad story. I pray for the entire family. Let me know what y'all think. Get in my comments, like this video. I'm out, y'all.